had to FOIA the information. Denying a board member information for campaign and political reasons is inappropriate. And I have made a multitude of phone calls. I talked to the regional superintendent, the State Board of Education, the Board of Elections. I will continue to make phone calls until I find a peer that is willing to listen. It is inappropriate. And it's heartbreaking for me because I have stood by this district and this administration for 8 years. And I never thought that I would feel like I didn't have faith in this administration anymore. But the day-to-day business of this district lies within the hands and the purview of the superintendent. And when the superintendent acquiesces to the board president, he loses that position. If he can't say no or disagree with the president, this district is in trouble. And that is disappointing to me. And I'll presume that it doesn't matter to anybody because I'm the only one saying it, and this is my last meeting, and everyone's gonna go on and be okay with that. But I hope you all understand how hard it is for me to make a statement like that about Mr. Condren. But that's how I feel. And I was very clear. I'm not a liar. I told everybody where I stood on all things, even when I disagree, I'm honest. I have concerns about what's happening with this board and this district. And everybody's gonna pretend like I didn't say it. They're gonna pretend like it's not factual. But I can assure you, if it wasn't, they would have stopped me. And while everyone in this room gets a chance to get the information that they want and have the conversations and make the speeches that they want, the only person that gets cut off almost every meeting is me. It is classless, it is unbecoming, and it is beneath the work of this district. So, contrary to popular comments, I am not the subordinate on this board. I am not the board's DEI member. I am not their token. I am not going to be disrespected or ignored. That's all I
have. Next slip, Robert Wells.
We're going to get an open-ended amount of time. So I just want to start off by saying publicly that my kids, we're blessed. We've had the best teachers in this district. We've had nothing but great experiences. But this is going to be the last of the negative because we're going to move on. We've moved on. But when my 12-year-old can sit in this audience and say to me, Dad, they talk about no bullying and then watch. And 24% of the people showed up to vote. So if I was a winner, I wouldn't feel like it was like a huge landslide. But congratulations to those who won. But I've watched one board member question anything that goes on up here. And I've sat back and kept my mouth shut here. I'm Facebook famous. I'm proud of it. But nobody on this board, except for one person, when someone asks a question, ever responds. Mr. President dismisses them and they go back to their seat. So I'm hoping that the new board members don't bend the knee. Because I think what people need to realize is, as board members, the administration works for you, not the other way around. And I don't know, I know Heidi Larson from this campaign. We're not friends, we don't hang out together. She shares a lot of my beliefs, and she's opened up people's eyes. And we're not going to sleep. I mean, yeah, 24% of the people came out, but I'm going to raise hell. We're getting more people out. And if it continues, I don't care. I'll go to my grave to change it. I don't have a temperament to be on the board. I don't envy what any of you do, but I have a temperament to go out and fight. And I don't think any one board member should be singled out, ganged up on the crap that went on during this election, the antics and the lies about we want to club. There were so many lies being spread just to destroy people. And how can I tell my son not to go to school and bully people? And thank God they don't. But how can you say, don't go to school and do that, Jackson? And you sit up here and watch what's going on. He's not stupid. we leave here. He's like, what in the world? I'm like, just don't be that person. When you grow up, don't get pigskins on the wall, don't get an ego, don't forget where you came from and how you treat people. She had every right to ask questions because there are a lot of people asking those questions. Transparency, that's all we want. That's all we're asking. We deserve. I pay over, and I live in a cheap house, and I pay over $2,400 a month or a year in property taxes to the school district. So when questions are asked, we want answers. We don't want people personally attacked professionally, going after their job. That's not right. That's not how we should be behaving. And I think you're better than that, Tim. Thank you.
I have a comment.
Yes, thank you.
I appreciate you coming and speaking. And I want to say to everybody that's in this room, I appreciate that you all come to board meetings all the time, because that is sometimes the only way that the board knows what the community wants. And I agree. Heidi has been asking questions that I've said at the end of one board meeting, we all should be asking. But I love to see the community involved, because it helps us to know what's
Right, and you can't get the community in here because they get sick of it. I mean, she's got more backbone than I ever have. I mean, and thank you for your professionalism, because there's been times you've been the only one. And I appreciate it.
Item 3 on the agenda is the consent agenda. It includes the following items. 3.1, approval of the minutes from the regular board meeting of March 11th, 2025. 3.2, financial. That includes the presentation of bills for approval, the monthly financial reports by fund, the budget to actual report. Item 3.3, the enrollment report. Item 3.4, the approval of overnight trips. Those include the approval of the Mattoon High School boys tennis to the Troy invite, April 25th and 26th in Troy, and the approval of the Mattoon High School boys basketball to the boys basketball shootout at Wabash College, June 18th. That's in Crawfordsville, Indiana. And finally, 3.5, the Freedom of Information Act report. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
Motion.
Motion by Ashley Overton, second. Second, Cheryl Armstrong. Discussion on the board?
No questions, but I do have a comment. So there was one of the conferences that we went to, my daughter was with me. As we have discussed, family members who join us, their meals are not covered. Her meal was paid for by the board president. Because of a personal preference, I wanted to give that money back to the district. It had been some time, so Mr. Gear was not able to reconcile it that way. So I made a donation in my daughter's name for that amount. And because it is considered revenue, it would not show up because I wanted some sort of a record. So I just want to make sure that I note in this space that I did return that money to the district on behalf of my daughter, because it is my preference not to have the board president pay for her meal.
To be clear, I paid for it. The district didn't pay for it.
I said,
That's why
okay.
you couldn't reimburse the district.
Let me say it a different way.
That's fine.
Dale Ryder paid for her meal. If you can't tell, I don't want him to pay for anything for my daughter, so I reimbursed the district. I did ask them to return his money to him, but because they could not do so, I donated it to the district. Now, if the district wants to find a way to give him his money back, God bless you. But he doesn't acknowledge me, and I'm not going to acknowledge him. That's all I have to say.
Questions regarding the consent agenda? Comments? Okay, call the roll.
Armstrong,
Yes.
Larson,
Yes.
Overton,
Yes.
Weaver,
Abstain.
Hedges,
Yes.
Ryder.
Yes. Item 4, reports and recommendations of the business manager. Mr. Gear.
All right, a couple things tonight. First one, 4.1, board action to renew food service agreement with Aramark for the 25-26 school year. This will be the second year of a 5-year renewal process that ISB has established for food service agreements. The annual renewal rate is based on CPI, which is 2.9%, and that's what they'll charge us more, 2.9% more per meal as we go forward, which is in the contract. And we continue to have excellent working relationship with Aramark. So the administration recommends that we renew our second year with Airmark. Questions?
Yes, is it, we're continuing to do breakfast and lunch is provided?
Yes, we will continue the CEP program, which where kids eat for free, breakfast and lunch every day. Any others?
Okay, John Hedges makes a motion that we renew the food service agreement with Airmark for the 25-26 school year. Is there a second? Second from Ashley Overton. Any discussion? Kelly?
Larson?
Yes.
Overton?
Yes.
Weaver?
Abstain.
Hedges?
Yes.
Armstrong?
Yes.
Reimer?
Yes. Excuse me.
Thank you. 4.2, board action to declare current kindergarten playground equipment as surplus item.
This playground equipment in New Hope. So sometime last month, we're going to do this. If New Hope has reached out to us to ask if we can, Dustin's crew can be nimble when they remove it, and they will be, and then we will donate it to them and then get hopefully many more years of service. So we just need board approval to do this, and that's what I'll do it here in a couple weeks.
Okay, Cheryl Armstrong makes a motion to declare the current kindergarten playground equipment as surplus items and authorize the donation of the playground equipment to Camp New Hope. Do I have a second?
Yes.
Second from John Hedges. Any questions or discussion on the board?
That's amazing. I love it.
And so it's-
I have a question related to this. Someone asked me as a follow-up from last month. We did a fundraiser for elementary schools for the playground equipment. Is that, can you tell me how does that money?
So PTO did the fundraisers, and I think they put in their flyers and everything with it, that they wanted to use some of the money to go toward playground equipment. So each PTO at Riddle and Williams will help to pay for some of that equipment. We'll take some of the costs off of the district, which we're going to use the sales tax money revenue for that. So that they'll each pay, I believe we've agreed on $10,000 from each PTO to pay for that. And then they're gonna, I think their next fundraiser will be to, if you go by the sign out, 2 signs out front, I know the one at Williams, I don't think it's working very well at all. This one's dated, so I think that's their next set of fundraisers is to raise money for those outdoor signs. So, yeah, great question.
It's a random question, maybe related to, is that money communicated to parents, like all these parents who supported and donated, do they?
And I think the schools, once we do this, I think Callie and Katie will put out some press releases and that'll be communicated to the buildings and to the parents here.
It's such a great thing for the community.
Right, yeah, and I think it's always nice for them to know what they're raising, what they're selling stuff for and what they're gonna use the money for. Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, we've had a motion in a second. Kelly, quick call the roll.
Overton? Yes. Weaver? Abstain. Hedges?
Yes.
Armstrong? Yes. Larson?
Yes.
Reimer?
Yes. Okay, item 5, reports and recommendations of the assistant superintendent for personnel. Dr. Stossel.
Okay, board has before them the April personnel report. Certified resignations, Rachel Schwab is resigning at the high school district psychologist, rather effective the end of the 24-25 school year. Then we have Michelle Sharp, longtime educator in our district. She's been retiring at the end of the 29-2030 school year. She's put in a 5-year notice in. She's a phenomenal individual. Again, if you see in the next couple of years, thank her for her service. Certified appointments, recommending Stephanie Buck, Williams Elementary School, 5th grade teacher, effective for the 25-26 school year. Also recommending Lindsay Davis as district guidance counselor intern, effective for the 25-26 school year. Jessica Drummond, we're recommending as Rural Elementary School special ed teacher, effective for the beginning of the 25-26 school year. Jordan Gomez, recommending as district guidance counselor intern, effective for 25-26 school year. Maria Jacobus, district guidance counselor intern, effective for the 25-26 school year. In addition, if we continue, recommending Alicia Meitzer as district guidance counselor intern, effective for 25-26 school year. Then Stella Haslaquaya, I think I got that right, Matthew High School English teacher, effective for the beginning of the 25-26 school year. Thomas Schneers, we're recommending as Williams Elementary School special ed teacher, effective for the beginning of the 25-26 school year. And Eric Wesher, district guidance counselor intern, effective 25-26 school year. And we have some classified resignations. Jennifer Bollinger resigns Williams Elementary School supervisor, effective March 28, 2025. Danielle Jordan, We'll be missing her. She's Administrative Service Center Executive Secretary of Technology, is resigning effective April 25th, 2025. Mike Martin is resigning as Franklin Preschool Building Security Supervisor. He'll be greatly missed, effective for the end of the 24-25 school year. Then we also have classified resignation of Brenda Price, resigning as Hill Elementary School Supervisor, effective March 14th, 2025. Also classified resignation, Ann Wagner. She's requesting to change her retirement date. It was originally May 28th, 2025. I'm sorry, May 22nd, 2026. She's requesting the board change that to May 28th, 2025. Classified appointments, Lori Groom, recommending Lip Leaders Daycare Parapro, effective for the 25-26 school year. Kendall Morgan, Lip Leader Daycare Parapro for the 25-26 school year. Derek Orrs, Riddle Elementary School Mid-Shift Custodian, effective immediately. Jennifer Bollinger is Substitute Supervisor, effective immediately. And then you have a bunch of volunteers. It is field trip season. My office knows it, which is great. Public service announcement, once you do a volunteer background check, you're good. You don't have to come in year after year. So tell people that, get it in early. But again, all these fine folks will be volunteering in the district, have their background checks done. Moving to 5.1E, extracurricular resignations. Cody Brandt is resigning as 6th grade boys basketball coach, effective immediately. In addition to Tanner Kronig, resigning as Matthew Middle School 8th grade boys basketball coach, effective immediately. And then Jenna Black, we're recommending as Riddle Elementary School youth sports track coach, effective immediately. Jenna Hilligoss, Williams Elementary School, recommending youth sports track coach, effective immediately. Carrie McKee, Mattoon High School junior varsity volleyball coach, effective junior high. Mattoon High School junior varsity volleyball coach, effective for the 25-26 school year. Lisa Powers, Riddle Elementary School youth sports track coach, effective immediately. And then Rachel Schaefer, Williams Elementary School youth track coach, effective immediately. And lastly, there is an addendum recommending certified appointments. Haley Horseman as Mattoon Middle School agriculture teacher, effective for the beginning of the 25-26 school year. I know. How could you not be an ag teacher with your last name being Horseman? But, we're excited to have her on there, but again, excited to have that program continue. Recommending Amy Lawrence, Mattoon Middle School special ed teacher, effective for the 25-26 school year. Elizabeth McPherson, recommending as William Elementary School special ed teacher, effective for the 25-26 school year. Recommending Reese Bollinger, substitute teacher, effective immediately. And classified appointments, Vivian Harden, 101 Parapro, effective April 22nd, 2025. Daniel Jordan, substitute secretary, effective April 28th, 2025. Classified appointments, Amanda Paulson is volunteer, effective immediately. Extracurricular resignations, Dave Whitley resigns Mattoon Middle School dance coach, effective immediately. And no extracurricular assignments. Are there any questions? See none, then I would recommend the board they accept the personnel report as presented.
You have a motion? Motion by Ashley Overton, second. Second by John Hedges. Any discussion on the board? Callie?
Weaver. Hedges.
Yes.
Armstrong. Yes. Larson.
I'm going to abstain because I have students on.
Thorson. Yes. Ryder.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, item 9, new business. Under 9.1, establish a special board meeting organization of the Board of Education. As the members will recall, last month we talked about setting a special meeting that would both comply with the county clerk's need in terms of length of time to certify election results, but still allow the new board that was elected on April 1st to be seated as soon as possible. The county clerk has advised us that it will not be an issue for them to certify the election probably earlier than the 20 days that they are allowed by law. As such, and in order to get the new board seated as soon as possible, because we have labor negotiations beginning with one of the district's unions relatively quickly, I'm going to suggest that we move the meeting that was set last month for April 29th up to the 22nd at 7 p.m. Any questions or discussion?
I will not be able to be here.
Okay.
No position.
Okay. John? Good, no officers. Okay. Good. Okay. Okay, all right. We will have the special board meeting 7 p.m. Tuesday, April 22nd at the Administrative Service Center.
No one asked me, yes, I'm available.
Will you be available?
I'm available.
Very well. 7 p.m. Tuesday, April 22nd at the Administrative Service Center. Seeing no other substantive action, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion by John Hedges, second.
Second.
Second by Cheryl Armstrong. Helen?
Hedges,
Yes.
Armstrong,
Yes.
Larson,
Yes.
Oglesby. Yes. Weaver.
Yes.
Ryder.
Yes. Everybody have a good evening.
Because someone said the camera wasn't working, I took the wrong.